And I said, who conditioned us to feel that way? To which he had no explanation. He just looked at me puzzled. Then I think about it. If I left y'all to only believe the narratives portrayed through mainstream media, you will also think that it's important or that it's acceptable for you to not obey authority. What do I mean by that? I seen a post about Pastor Philip Anthony Mitchell, and what he said, and I know 95% of people didn't even watch the whole sermon, but it was a little snippet where he said, all of the young black men that have been killed by law enforcement have not died because it was a bad officer, but because we have failed to teach our children how to obey authority. It was an uproar. They like, what, are you excusing officers for the excessive force? No, we would never excuse officers for the use of excessive force. But the quintessential question is, are we teaching our young black men how to respect authority? That is an important question. Why is it an important question? Because we live in a time period where cops now have immunity. We live in a time period where if we was to protest, we would not be met by law enforcement, but by the military. So more now than ever, it's important that we teach our young men how to obey authority. And when I say authority, I'm not just talking about law enforcement. I'm talking about your educators, your professors, and your elders. Why do I say that? Because there's no way we could build a village where the youth don't respect their elders and their elders are scared of their children. But another thing I noticed that I did wrong is that I assume that you all should know what it is that I have been taught. What do I mean? When I first came to speak in February, one of the young men came to speak and he said it was his first time wearing a suit. That's the reality.